And then I didn't really realize till I pulled up Twitter later, because we weren't watching it with sound on. We were just watching it as background kind of while we're chilling at the golf club. And yeah, then everybody's freaking out that they didn't even set up the shot. They missed it, which I just don't comprehend how that's possible, how they do that. And we're, full cards up. Like, we're on a council. We are councilmen that you're listening to right here, in which we discuss these kinds of things. Like, they credit to the tour where they're like, they open discussion about TV coverage, about the things that people in golf Twitter bitch about on Twitter. They open up that discussion. I have to imagine this week when we all meet in person, this might get covered in our little council meeting.
I think you have to. And it is interesting. I saw Dave's tweet about it, which was 100% accurate. But as guys who watch golf week to week or watch it more than a casual sports fan, we've known what sort of hell golf telecasts have been.
Oh yeah.
We've been doing this podcast for almost 10 years. I think this is year 9 or whatever. And it's always been a topic that they don't know how to televise golf tournaments, despite how many they do a year and how many smart people there seem to be behind the scenes, no matter how much complaining that we all do on Twitter and every other social media app. But it is interesting when there is somebody who walks in and says, "Oh, I'm going to watch golf today." And I don't usually watch golf. And then they're like, "Well, wait a second. Isn't this a shot if he makes it, he's leading the tournament and we barely got to see it. And oh my God, it went in. What the hell is happening?" It's, golf coverage has always been the worst. It continues to be the worst. And you're right, I guess, as councilmen, it is our responsibility to bring it up at the next meeting. I don't know if that's going to change anything. None of the other bitching and complaining has changed anything, but they got to figure out a way, especially near the end of golf tournaments, when there's two guys who have a good chance of winning it, just show all of their shots. And then you're pretty safe doing all that. And they failed at it again. So yeah, it's just always been a brutal watching experience, and it seems like it's going to continue to be for the foreseeable future.
It's just been forever, Trent.
Forever.
Shocking, like how often they just don't show shots. And that's my favorite part of Dave's video, where he was like, what's the point in watching golf if they don't show golf?
Dude, it's also the commercial they were showing was showing old golf. It was showing Jon Rahm winning the U.S. Open. It was showing Tiger. It was showing Nelly. It's like, no, we don't want to see the old golf. We know what happens in the old golf. We want the current golf so we can figure out who's going to win this golf tournament that's currently happening.
And I get that, like, a golf broadcast on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even early Sunday can be difficult to make that decision on what to prioritize and what to show and win, because there's a lot going on. There's, at the beginning of the week, there's hundreds of players in the field. And they're all over. It's 18 different holes. It's like hundreds of acres of a property. And it's a lot. However, when you get down to the 16th hole of the tournament, and there are like 3 people that maybe could win the tournament, and they're playing the most dramatic holes, it's just inexcusable to miss that. And they do just miss showing golf shots so much that it is stunning, because it's not a particularly exciting product minute in and minute out. The one beauty that golf has, talked about it a lot this weekend with my friends. We were comparing different sports in terms of how those sports build towards drama. We were saying, like, baseball's really good at it naturally, just the way the game flows. Football's really good at it naturally, just the way the game flows. Hockey is just not that great at it, the way the game flows. It seems kind of like random sometimes when goals just happen. You definitely get power plays. You get somebody pulls the goalie late in the game. You get some like built up drama in hockey that you kind of can sense that you need to pay attention. But in terms of the natural flow of the sport, golf is about as up there in terms of it builds the drama all week long. It's like 7 days worth, practice rounds, all kinds of like, they're trying to come up with stories and things to talk about. Then Thursday, Friday, they try to focus on the cut on Friday, which is great. I like that they do it. Saturday is movie day. They come up with all this bullshit to like keep it exciting throughout the week. And then you have about an hour where it's as exciting as it's possibly going to get. And the picture is very clear. It's like, these are the people now. And they even do it with the leaderboard. They just like start cutting the leaderboard to, at the end, it's like Russell Henley and Kyle Morikawa are playing like a skins game match on Tuesday night. They're the only people on the leaderboard. So they get it. And then they just missed the shot. And I know, having been back in the scenes with the production trucks and whatnot, like how much they hold the integrity of the timing of it. So that, because, if you miss it in real time because your commercial break went too long, you just show it 20 seconds later, but you build it up. You don't just miss the shot. That was you can't miss the shot.
That was the most infuriating thing about the Corn Ferry Tour. And the producers behind the scenes, they're great. They work really hard. They're pulling a lot of levers to make sure that they're showing a bunch of golf and important shots. But the one thing they won't let go of is you have to be watching something live, or, and this falls on the announcers have to tell you this just happened a moment ago. And we fought every time we went to commercial, and you have a channel on your mic pack where you can talk to everybody who's on the broadcast. I remember we were telling everybody, being like, we don't care what's live and what isn't. It is illegal. It is illegal on this broadcast to say this just happened a moment ago. Just act like it's happening in real time. Nobody knows. There's 7 people that know, and we know, and we don't care. And just like with that Russell Henley shot, just run it like it's happening in real time and have a little break in between. Instead of just showing it as his club makes contact with the ball, don't show it that way. Show it like it's a lead up. Oh my gosh, this is a big shot. If he makes this, he's going to be leading the golf tournament, blah, blah, blah. Instead, they're just tied to it being live that they themselves over for no reason.